Okay, this is the last problem on the applications of 2x2 notes. I'm not going to do all of it for you, but I did want to go ahead and kind of help you set up the problem because a lot of us don't understand commission. So it says Alexander and Albert both work at two different department stores. Alexander is paid a base salary of $250 per week, plus he gets 30% commission on sales. Albert is paid a base salary of $125 per week, but he gets 40% commission on sales. So the first thing that we need to do is identify the independent and the dependent variables. But we also need to kind of understand what commission is. So the first thing that we need to talk about is the independent variable. Independent means that it is the one that determines everything else. So if we were talking about Albert's salary for the week, or Alexander's, we know they're going to get $250. But it's how much of the sales that they get that determines their amount of commission. So our independent variable is going to be sales, and our dependent variable, can't spell, is going to be their salary, because the way that this would read, if you remember, is that salary depends on their sales. Their salary will be higher the more they sell. So now it says write an equation to represent Alexander's weekly pay as a function of amount of sales. So in other words, dependent is salary, independent is sales. So we're going to go with sales. We'll call this one X, and we'll let this be Y. So for Alexander, his salary is equal to 250 plus 30%. Well, remember, 30% we have to write as a decimal. You can't put percents. So you move the decimal 2 times, and it would be 0.30. So 30%, 0.30 of, sales. So this would be of X. And then write the equation to represent Albert's weekly pay as a function of amount of sales. Well, his salary, he gets $125 per week, but he gets a bonus of 40%. So again, remember, we would move the decimal twice, so that's 0.40 times how much he sells. So now it says, calculate the amount of sales that each must have to make weekly salaries. What will that salary be? In other words, we want to know where they are equal or where they intersect. So you can do it several ways. You can use matrices. They're both in y equals. So you could graph them in your calculator and see where they intersect. I don't care how you do it, but either way you need to show your work down here. So if you decide to do it matrices, show me your matrices. If you decide to do it using your graphing calculator, give me a quick sketch of the graph, tell me the intersection, and then you'll tell me where that's going to be, like how much sales and what is the salary. Okay. So once you've completed all these parts of the notes that I've left blank, you can come show them to me and I'll give you credit.